Hi everyone, it's Dr. Dave. Recently, I got the chance to sit down with a very special guest for an exclusive, quick-fire interview. You might not have heard of them before, and let me warn you, they're kind of nutty, but you'll remember their name after today's video. Anyway, let me first ask you a question. Do you enjoy eating nuts and seeds? If so, what's your favorite type to snack on? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. More specifically, we're going to be examining the benefits of walnuts. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Professor Walnut. Hey, Professor Walnut, thanks so much for joining us on the Dr. Dave's 411 show. I am sure you've heard of Dr. Dave's 411 and probably are even a big fan. Okay, quick question. Is it true you're packed with polyunsaturated fats and can help people lower their cholesterol? What do you think, Doc? And Professor Walnut, there's one more thing I have to ask. You know, you really look like a brain. The shape similarity is really uncanny. Are you trying to send us a message here? I'd say so. I'm gonna take an educated guess here, Professor, and say you guys are super good for the brain, right? You got it, Dr. Dave. Nice work. Well, guys, as you can see, we only invite the best guests on Dr. Dave's 411. I want to thank you, Professor Walnut, for joining us today. Hey, Professor, quick question before you go. What happens when you tell a walnut a good joke? It cracks up. Okay, let's take a look at the science as to why walnuts are a sensible part and snack to include in your nutrition plan. Benefit number one, walnuts support cardiovascular health. Being a cardiologist myself, I'm always going to be biased in being most interested in heart health. So let's start there, shall we? As our friend Professor Walnut suggested, walnuts are very useful for maintaining the right cholesterol levels in the body. In addition, they can help reduce your blood pressure. Healthier cholesterol levels, lower blood pressure, these effects make a cardiologist like me happy because they're both important in trying to maintain a healthy heart. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that consuming walnuts helped to reduce bad cholesterol, also known as LDL cholesterol, by 9 to 16%. Now, LDL is the type of cholesterol that increases the risk of stroke and heart disease. So reduction in LDL is great news. In addition, the same research team discovered walnuts brought a slight decrease in blood pressure, about 2 points or 2 millimeters of mercury. What could be causing this? Well, walnuts are high in alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, which is a plant-based omega-3 source. Omega-3 is a crucial fatty acid for heart health, and the American Heart Association recommends eating a serving of fish twice a week for this very reason, to get a good dose of those omega-3s. Walnuts, it turns out, are another wonderful source of omega-3. In fact, 1 cup of walnuts will give you 3.346 grams of ALA. A research team at Pennsylvania State University investigated whether ALA in walnuts could assist in controlling blood pressure for those with cardiovascular risks. They randomly assigned participants to different diet groups for 6 weeks. Group 1's diet included whole walnuts. Group 2 and 3 diets did not include walnuts, but did include either the same amount of ALA as the whole walnut group or other polyunsaturated fatty acids. By the end of 6 weeks, the researchers found improvements in the heart health of participants across all 3 groups. But interesting, the participants on the whole walnut diet saw the most significant decrease in blood pressure. Okay, let's move on to talk about another benefit of walnuts, brain power. Maybe it's not coincidental after all that a walnut is shaped like a brain. These little guys can help boost your cognitive performance. A UCLA study found that learning, recall, and reaction time all improved after the consumption of walnuts. Test scores were higher across the board amongst the walnut eaters. So if you want to sharpen your brain, consider munching on some walnuts with lunch. So there you go, everybody. Improved heart health and more brain power. Doctor's verdict, walnuts get a thumbs up from me. Still, it's worth remembering that although walnuts potentially have a lot of health benefits, that's no excuse to be eating bags and bags of this stuff every day. They tend to be high in calories with 523 calories for 1 cup. Remember, everything in moderation. So a handful that fits nicely in your palm is probably going to be the sweet spot when it comes to daily intake. We're talking about 5 to 8 walnuts a day here. If you don't feel like eating them that regularly, feel free to mix a couple of walnuts with some other nuts and seeds for variety, such as almonds, cashews, or sesame seeds. You can play around with different combinations and find what works best for you. Oh, and when consuming nuts, try to keep it salt-free. So to sum up, do you want to enjoy a guilt-free and healthy fat-tastic snack? Get it fat-tastic. If you do, then walnuts are seriously a good option. Sprinkle them on salads, blend them in a smoothie for a healthy helping of afternoon satiation. As I like to say, with a small portion of walnuts each day, you cannot and will not fail. Sorry guys, I'll stick with cardiology. Did you enjoy this video? At Dr. Dave's 411, we balance health science with a little fun thrown in for good measure. Be sure to subscribe below if you'd like to be notified of future videos. You'll get one per week, not too few, not too many. Until next time, this is Dr. Dave.